Sylvania stretched out in front of them. They gasped. It didn't look dangerous or scary at all. Sylvania was a beautiful place with flower meadows and lush green grass. A blue river bubbled over pebbles and wound its way towards a lake that sparkled in the sunlight. They'd felt a bit less nervous as they walked further into Sylvania, looking for high and low for the red berries that would help their mother. So it was on the 20th of March, the first day of spring. Sylvania